This is the Big Knick Energy Podcast.
And welcome to another edition of the Big Knick Energy Podcast. First, check out our sponsor, Empire Original Designs at jointheempire.com, the East Coast's #1 challenge coin manufacturer, the home of challenge coins, lapels, pins, patches, keychains, bottle openers, and more. Mention our podcast, Big Knick Energy, via email for 5% off purchases. Once again, that's at jointheempire.com. I honestly wonder if anyone's actually emailed that guy yet. I'm your host, Joe Yoke, the Bald Kid Wonder. That's Big Nick Burt, the General Commander Burt himself, the best mustache in the game, with been producing behind the scenes Modelo Beckham.
Hi.
Guys, how the hell are we doing right now? The Knicks won 3 in a row, baby.
I'm very good.
Joey, I got a question for you.
7.
Are the Knicks back?
Oh my God.
Are
Can
the Knicks
someone-
back?
Whatever Angelo means by that, what does that mean? Someone explain it to me.
The Knicks are back, baby. The Knicks are back.
Back is in like back in the 90s, back is in like Melo's here.
No,
Back is in they actually play NBA basketball cohesively as a team. Like, what is back?
Carried the team on his back, though?
Ooh, RJ you're talking about? Is that Mr. RJ Barrett?
Is this not the RJ and Randle we thought we were getting from last year, the past couple of games?
Yo, we want them both to get 35. That's a win every night, right? That's got to be. And they're both capable of it, right?
I don't even 25 every night. They both get 25 every
Come
night.
on. Shoot for the moon, 35.
This
30.
is why you thought they were going to go 6-3 out of the All-Star break.
6-3 easily.
Already impossible. They're 3-4, but besides the point. The past 3 games, guys, we've won by an average of 24 points, all on the road. 116-93 against the Clippers. 131-15 against the Kings, who might as well be the queens of New York, if you ask me. And the best one, because forget Luka Doncic. Kristaps isn't even there anymore, but they're still the Knicks light. They still have Tim Hardaway Jr. never playing injured. They still have Reggie Bullock on the team. 107-77 against the Mavericks. We rode them like a horse, baby. Burt, how did you love the game last night?
Oh, it was a beautiful game. It was a beautiful game. Mostly because Reggie Bullock did us a nice favor. No points, no assists, just quietly in there to get obliterated by RJ Barrett on every drive. So that was really, really nice, really pleasant. And I'm feeling good about it. Feeling really great.
I feel like, did you watch? I know you watched probably the whole game. Remember the one part where Bullock actually was poking the ball away from Barrett? He was trying to back him down, and then Barrett recovers, passes out. It's a 3-pointer. I think it was Burks or someone in the corner, and they hit it. And I'm like,
it was like a perfect pass. It was a perfect pass too.
It was.
Right,
and also, did you watch 2 minutes prior that Bullock airballed a 3 wide open?
Ooh, terrible. F.
I was like, oh, he's still playing for the Knicks. That's so nice.
Doing us all a nice favor.
But what did you think of the game overall? How have you liked the past since the All-Star break, 3-4? They lost the first 4 and they won the last 3. How do you feel?
McBride got 21 minutes, almost 22 minutes last night. All right. That's how I feel. Very good. If you're playing McBride that many minutes in a big blowout win, that's got to be a good thing, right? When you're a Knicks fan, it's looking to the future. You know, I know not a lot of people are happy we're winning so much, but I don't care. I want the play-ins. All right. I want the play-ins.
Until you're actually knocked out of the playoffs, if you're a fan, I don't think you can root against your team.
No. Yeah, I mean, if we get statistically knocked out, then all right. You can talk about tanking, you can talk about positioning, whatever. But until then, it's like, why think to lose? I want to win.
Can you explain to me how much the eye test really plays a factor in trying to judge what Deuce does for this team? Because just as an example, since the Clippers game, he played 17 minutes. He played 17 minutes. He only had 3 points. He went 1 from 3 from the field. All of them were 3-point attempts. 1 rebound, 4 fouls, no other stats that show up on the thing. But he was a team leading second. RJ Barrett was plus 36.
Yeah.
But a team leading plus 27 in the 17 minutes he played against the Clippers. I'll tell you, let me do the Kings. Let me do the Kings and Mavs, and then we'll go. Against the Kings, 20 minutes, only 2 points, 1 for 2 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3. Missed both free throws, even though I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be like a 75-80% free throw shooter. +8, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, 5 fouls. He does foul a lot. I can tell by you can see why Tibbs doesn't want to play him with the defensive tenacity that Tibbs is supposedly known for, because he does just hack everyone. And then last night, 21 minutes, 2 points, 1 for 6 from the field, 0 for 3 from 3. A +19, 4 rebounds, so he's getting the ball somehow more, 4 fouls. So he's averaging a fouling out within 26 minutes every game, but he is killing it while he's out there.
So first, let me just say, he doesn't hack. He just gets those rookie calls. A vet would never get the calls he's getting. So I wouldn't even worry about his fouling right now. Yeah, there's a few where his hand is touching his back, and that's a rookie thing. Like, he'll grow out of that. Where it was okay.
Was it a rookie thing that he just destroyed Maxi Kleber's life last night?
That was kind of amazing. So he obliterated him, and he looked down at him just like, what do you like? Why didn't you set a harder pick? He wouldn't have got called for a foul if the guy set a harder pick. But because he got obliterated and fell over, that's the only reason they called it. So I was kind of surprised by the sheer force that he was trying to keep up with Luka Doncic on the outside. That was nice.
I mean, think of it from Maxi Kleber's standpoint, though. You're setting a pick. The guy's 6'1" or 6'2", and most people you set a pick on, they just try to run around you. They don't make it through. Luka gets open somehow. And this man just straight safety linebacker truck stick the crap out of you. Yeah, I'm thinking about setting that pick next time. I'm like, either one, I'm going to try way harder, or two, I'm going to slip it early and avoid this altogether.
Definitely. It definitely sends a message too. And did you see any hard screens after that? Because I sure didn't.
I mean, the Mavericks, you know what's wild is that the Mavericks are like a top 7 defensive team in the NBA, and they don't have any internal defensive presence.
Yeah. Well, what happened to their Boban? What happened to him? He's injured?
Dude, Boban, even when Boban is in, he only plays like 10, 12, 15 minutes a game. He's not out there that long. But like they mainly play since they got rid of Kristaps, they play Powell and Kleber. Powell's 6'9", Kleber's like 6'10", 6'11", and they just like they're out there for all, like Powell's out there to dunk and Kleber's out there to shoot threes. Neither one of them is like a defensive stopper or protector. You're relying on Finney Smith and Reggie Bullock like to keep people on the outside from getting in. You're not relying on an actual anchor on the paint.
That's the goal, huh? Stop them from the outside. I mean, I don't know how you can do that when you have Luka. Who were they hiding Luka on? Was he on Burks?
They had him cover the point guard, yeah.
Oh.
It was Burks and then McBride.
Mm.
And then he was getting burned up by Quickly. Like Quickly would just set screens and stuff. Luka, you know what's funny about the Luka Trae Young trade looking back? It's like they both are such similar players stylistically, even though they look nothing alike and they play like nothing alike. They both are bad, like not good at defense. You hide them on your weakest defender. And then they're this all-encompassing offensive heliocentric player that needs the ball in their hands all the time.
Crazy. It's like a lateral movement. Like how often does that happen? A lateral movement at what pick was it? The second pick?
3rd and 5th.
Right. So yeah, that's kind of wild to think about just how similar they are. And similarly, they're terrible at defense. These guys cannot keep up with most average point guards. So I'm happy to see IQ, going and get into the lane at will. RJ going to the lane at will. Randle going to the lane at will. Did you see our shot charts? Man, we are eating up the paint lately. Those offensive rebounds, the second opportunities, like it's just everything.
I think our team as a whole took way too long to adjust to that because Randall's 3-point percentage dropped 10 points this year. It's late enough in the year that you can say it actually went down 10% from last year. They should have been trying to get to the paint way earlier in the year. They should have given up on the 3-point like aspect of the team.
Yeah.
Or as much as they were last year anyway.
I at least, I thought with Fournier coming in, the 3-pointers would actually go up. I'm actually like not concerned, but we do a lot of mid-range stuff that I don't know. I see more statistics that keep saying the mid-range is still viable. And I'm just like, I don't care. I want just efficient threes and dunks. That's it. I don't care. I don't want anything else.
There's only so many CP3s and Devin Bookers and DeMar DeRozans in the league to actually make the elbow 18-foot jumper worthwhile. For the most of the league, that's not a good shot. Unless you literally have to make over 50% for it to be a good shot.
How about those RJ gets into the paint and then the spin out fade away? That's nice. That's nice.
getting
it's not
better.
efficient. It's not efficient, but I liked it anyway.
It's basically the same thing as the IQ floater. It's like not efficient
Right.
at all, but it looks nice
Yeah.
when it goes in. You're like,
Ooh, it
I
sure
love
does.
that shot.
It
Like,
sure
I
does.
love that. I love that 36% shooting mark right there.
Ooh, stop, Joe. You're too rooted in the numbers. All right. I still like the float goat IQ.
It looks
yes.
good.
He's been hitting them lately. That confidence, it makes all the difference, right?
He has been actually doing layups lately and trying to get into the paint.
Yes. How about that?
I know we all saw the replay on Twitter 3,500 times of him actually jumping from the spotted circle at the bottom of the free throw line and turning it into a finger roll when he would have at every other point in the past year and a half turned that into a floater and or gone blocked. Like, dude, let's get into IQ because IQ was my favorite player last year, and since the All-Star break.
So now you're happy.
It's finally looking like what I wanted it to look like. Like,
yeah,
he gets minutes at the point guard position. He's not constantly forced to take the ball out of his hands, and he's distributing well. He's like the pull out three. He's turning into a pull out fake three to still dish off to someone else. It's just, it's looking so much better. He had 27 points two games ago. It was like, where has this been?
You're in quickly heaven, right?
It was supposed to be Batman, Robin, and Alfred, baby. And IQ was supposed to be Alfred. And he hasn't been doing it.
Oh, so it's RJ Randle and IQ and as Alfred.
That was my thought from last year.
I think Mitch is Alfred because he cleans up, off the glass.
Oh, I like that. Although still signing Mitch at the end of the year. I mean, I want it to happen. I'll believe it when I see it.
I think IQ can just be another Robin or like Nightwing, right? Nightwing.
Let's just make him Catman.
No, I was thinking Catman, but no, Nightwing. Nightwing's a good. He uses like a staff. Yeah, he's agile. It's perfect.
I like it. We can make IQ Nightwing. Let's go with that.
Thank you.
What have you been most impressed with since the All-Star break?
Do you want like my conservative veteran take or?
No, I want you to be homerism balls to the wall. Like, okay, my God.
I guess Jericho Sims. Yeah, really excited. I like McBride a lot. I don't want to discount him, but I know what McBride can do on offense because of his success in the G League. So when I see Sims setting hard screens, understanding the offense, just being fluid in that read and react, right? And just seeing what the defense gives them and capitalizing on it. And two, like you were saying, IQ's passing, even RJ's passing out of those pick and rolls are getting the alley-oops to Sims that we've kind of been missing, right? Without Derrick Rose, we haven't really been seeing that stuff. So I've been liking Sims, and not only for that pick and roll offense, but also offensive rebounds. This dude, he's just in the right place at the right time. And if he's not, he can sky up and usually contest it. Those little tap outs that lead to like a Burks rebound or an IQ rebound.
He had 5 offensive rebounds against the Clippers to start the win.
That's what I'm saying. Like that sort of work is what gets you more minutes on the court. And he's not terrible defensively either. I think he's pretty agile for his size and pretty good instinct. He just jumps a lot, right?
Much to the point you made about Deuce before getting so many fouls in a short time. He is getting a lot of those like rookie foul calls.
He gets the little baby foul calls that it's like, you're new in the league, this is how we play basketball. And then next year it's like, okay, you can do a little more hand checking.
He is still out of position quite a bit in rebounding positions, though. He actually seems to be more in position on offensive rebounding attempts than he is defensive rebounding attempts,
which is kind of scary to think about. But that's just he switches a lot. He switches a lot, right?
He does, but he you can still see he dives to the basket to get the rebound, but he doesn't do the box out behind him. That's where he gets in trouble. Fair.
But I don't know. It's like you got competing schools of thought, right? On the big man being drawn out to the 3-point line. Does he hustle back to the center because he is the biggest guy, or does he box out the guy in the wing because that's now his position? So I don't know. You can argue either one. I don't have.
What do you think it should be? What would you rather your 5 that gets switched onto a 3-pointer do?
Hit the glass every time because
I don't care about him box. I'm expecting you to be able to jump over the guy behind you that's shorter than you.
If anything, like if IQ is in the center, which is I've seen that switch happen a couple of times where IQ gets put in the center at the help position on some, whatever happens defensively. But I would rather see him duck out to the wing and have Sims crash. But that's that can't always happen on the fly. So honestly, I've seen IQ box out quite a bit. That dude has a nose for the ball. It's really nice to see his intuition too. So most excited definitely about Sims as my extreme homer take. So I want to see more of him. And with Noel, he's got that plantar fasciitis, and that injury just takes rest. So Noel, rest, please. Take the time you need, because I don't think he's shot. He's not out of the league yet. He can still come back. So Noel, take the time you need. Sims is here. He can pick up where Taj and Mitch come short, right?
Yes, agreed. By the way, for anyone that watches this on YouTube, I just teleported. That's why they did that. My camera saw a ghost and moved over there. Burt, do you know
what's up?
Do you know how far we are out of 10th place?
There's 6.5 games, I think. Is that right?
Oh no, that's out of 8th place. That's out of avoiding the play-in. Actually 7th place. We're 8.5 out of 6th. We're not
okay.
The 1 through 5 is 1 through 6 from Miami to Cleveland is 5 games away apart from each other. The top 6 are basically set. 7th place is Toronto. They're 8 games back at first. Okay. They're more or less set where they are. And then 8th, 9th, and 10th, the Nets are 10.5 back. The Hornets are 12 back, and the Hawks are 12 back. So we're 15.5. So we're 3.5 games behind both Charlotte and Atlanta, and 2 games behind Washington. But Washington seems like they're tanking with the whole.
So what? We just need 4 wins.
4 more wins than the teams ahead of us, and we have less games to play.
It's 16 games, isn't it, right now?
We have 16 games left. Yeah, the Hornets have, I believe, 17 games left.
It's nothing. More games for them to lose, right?
And the Hawks have 19 games left.
More games for them to lose. I'm not worried about it. Not worried about them.
You would hope.
Oh yeah, I do hope, bro. Come on.
I was gonna. Yeah, I know you're a hoper connoisseur. The Hawks have actually been looking all right. The Hornets have been going down a little bit. The Wizards, I don't trust. I'm saying since the All-Star break, the Hawks have actually looked okay. Nah. I think the Hornets are the team we're really trying to catch, though, for the 10 seed.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Hornets are. You think the Hornets are weaker than Atlanta lately?
Currently, yeah. I think that their play offense only and defense is optional thing is starting to burn later in the year. That's definitely. They were the number 1 scoring team in the NBA going into the All-Star break. I'm pretty sure they fell off a little bit. Let me tell you the exact.
I don't doubt it. Yeah, I don't doubt it.
Oh, they're down to 3rd, but the thing is, like,
it's still pretty good though.
It is good, but where's their defensive numbers on here?
It doesn't translate to wins, huh? Without the defense, you got to have a little bit of both.
Wins, yeah. That's the thing. Since the All-Star break, the Hornets have 2 wins, 2 losses. Where's the? Yeah, they're 3 and 4. They have the same record as us. So it's like, and Atlanta's better than that. I can tell you Atlanta real quick, but they've been looking a little better.
Yeah, so the New York Knicks, come on. We had that Phoenix game. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Nah, they could.
2 and 3
you can't use that logic and say, "Oh, Atlanta has."
Oh, they're both 3 and 4. We're literally all 3 and 4. No one can win.
We're all the same. We're all exactly where we should be. All right.
Are we exactly where we should be?
Ask me again in 2 weeks. All right, because I'm pretty sure we're going for that play in at the very least. Like, let's go.
Do you think they're gonna make it? I think the Knicks are too far back. I think they dug themselves too much of a hole.
Crazier things have happened.
Sure, crazier things have happened. I'm gonna say there's not a team involved in what you're thinking right now. Don't think about the Knicks. It's not the Knicks. Are you just
gonna give me numbers? Come on. You're like a computer. All right, go. Here I go.
All right, so the Kings are 4 games back of the Pelicans, right? For the 10th seed in the West.
Okay.
And the Kings have 16. The Kings have 14
Those are the
games
Kings,
left.
though. This is your problem. Like,
I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to tell you to do it in a way that doesn't mean, the Knicks are going to make it no matter what.
Oh, okay.
Do you think
that's not possible?
Do you think a team 3.5 back with 16 games left is going to make the seed that they need to make? What would the odds? What would the odds be that you would put it at? Like
20%, but that's still It's still 20% of me being enthusiastic. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah, it's fine. No, I'll take that. I'll take 20%. That was a very honest, truthful answer.
Yeah,
That's all I was
mean,
looking
it's
for.
not great. I'm not saying it's gonna.
That's all I was
happen.
looking for.
Yeah. It's just
How many
it
more
might
games do you
happen.
think the Knicks? How many more games in your head for the Knicks to lose before you're like, let's lose every game and tank the season?
If they lose like 5 in a row and then win one and then lose another 5 in a row, it's over, right? It's over. That's
Oh, yeah.
That's
I mean, they
that's-
lose 5 in
that's
a row. I'm telling them to lose after
Yeah.
the third game in a row.
Yeah. So
So out of
and-
this 16 games, what do you think they would have to go in order to make it?
to make
The play-in.
at least 10-6. I mean, at least 10-6, right? Like
I think
and
what I
that's
posted
not
in the
an-
Discord before 11-5.
What's that?
I posted 11-5 before, so yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah. So that's what I think. Like that's the minimum, and even that I don't think is safe. It would be contingent probably on a tiebreaker with somebody, but 10-6 would be nice. What's the schedule look like, Joe? You got it pulled up?
of course I do, buddy. That was
Come on,
where I was
read
going.
Read me the next couple games.
Oh, it looks. Actually, so dude, there's actually
read it.
There's a part where we play Washington, Atlanta, and Charlotte 3 out of 4 games. That's big.
Those are nice. Those are
That's
nice.
big.
You see, that's a gift. That's a gift.
Well, not a gift. That's big for the come up because those are the 3 teams we're behind.
Yeah.
We're at Memphis.
Okay.
That's
They've
a
been
loss.
sliding. What's up with them?
They're second. They moved from 3rd to 2nd. What do you mean they're sliding?
Oh God. Am I thinking about something else again? What's
The
going on with
Warriors
me in
slid. The
Memphis?
Warriors went down. The Warriors went down and Memphis went up. They did this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got something going on with Tennessee in my head. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not the basketball team. That's for sure. They got it all going
Right.
on there. We're at the Nets.
Oh, that's a win. Easy.
I think still no Kyrie. I don't think they're letting Kyrie play yet.
I
The
don't
whole
think so. No,
the
no, no.
private sector thing. They let fans in without masks or vaccines, but not the players.
That's weird.
Versus the Trailblazers should be a win.
Oh yeah. The
They're
16th,
they're
right?
actually tanking. Yeah, they're actually tanking.
Okay. Should be
Versus
a
the
win.
Wizards.
Okay, easy.
I'm not gonna say
KP
easy. I think we're 2 and 2.
Go off. What?
I think KP gets 30 and they lose anyway.
Oh, that's 22 and they lose. anyway.
Dude, for what's worth, when Mitch does get into foul trouble, it is against dudes that like can hit the 3 and then pump fake and go
Yeah.
by him.
'Cause
KP does fall into that criteria.
He wants to smack a 3 so bad. That dude loves smacking 3s. Who doesn't,
Robinson does love smacking 3s, but he's not usually trying to block a guy that's 7'3" shooting it. He's usually
True.
trying to block a point guard doing it.
True.
A little
All right.
hard to block a guy that's already that high.
Sorry.
Versus the
KP
Jazz. Versus the Jazz, I'm gonna say is a loss.
That's-
I have them at 2 and 3 so far, 5 games
Yeah.
in.
2 and 3 you have?
I got Portland. We beat Portland and Washington and lose the Memphis, the Nets, and Jazz.
Okay, I'm at 3 and 1. So
Well, that doesn't add up to 5. So how are you 3 and 1?
3 and 1. I thought 4 and 1. Sorry.
4 and 1. You're
Yeah.
beating Memphis and the Jazz. 3
No,
and 2.
we're losing to the Jazz. The Jazz is the only loss.
We're beating Memphis in Memphis.
Yeah.
What
yeah,
is?
why?
Can we just go to this John Morant
Hot-
thing real
hot
quick?
chi-
Is it
hot
that
chicken? Hot chicken. All right.
all right? You're
Hot
going
chicken.
Nashville. You're going Tennessee high with this take right now.
Yes, that's how spicy it is.
Yeah. Versus Atlanta, home for Atlanta.
Easy. Come on. You know I want that win. That's easy.
I do too.
Yeah,
At
we'll
Charlotte.
take it. Who do they got? LaMelo? Who's their center? Plumlee?
Plumlee,
Is-
yeah.
Oh, come on. That's
No,
a
dude,
win.
it's LaMelo,
That's
it's
a
Terry Rozier, it's
Miles
Mikal
Bridges.
Bridges.
I don't
Mikal
care about all
Bridges.
that.
It's Miles Bridges. Mikal Bridges
I
is
don't
on
care about
the
that.
Suns.
Isn't that a
Who's
lead?
going to
Isn't
stop
that a
Mitch
singer?
from dunking? Who's going
I
to
don't
stop
know.
Mitch from dunking?
No one.
Exactly. Win.
Do you ever like see random Mason Plumlee highlights show up on your Twitter? Is it just me? It happens like once a year. This dude will go like between the legs, behind the back, and dunk on someone, and it's like, what just happened?
Yeah, I'm not.
And
Mitchell
then he does
Robinson's
it-
going plum picking, baby.
Once a year.
Oh,
Hey, that's a 4. That's a JJ right there.
That's good. That's
That
good.
was a
man.
that was a JJ.
Yes, plum picking. Plum
The next
picking.
one's the next one's definitely a loss. If you tell me otherwise, we might have to end the pod immediately. We're losing at the Heat.
Why would we lose in Miami? That doesn't make any sense.
What do you mean? We haven't beat Miami since Bam has been a person.
So you're telling me we're due for a win? Thanks. Lock it in. Lock it in.
What do you have us at now? Like 6-3 right now?
Only one loss though. So
All right. At Detroit, I hope we win. I think
Yeah,
we should
yeah.
win. versus
Wait,
Chicago.
go back to Miami. Go back to Miami. Grimes, McBride, IQ, RJ. Those are all good defenders. They're not going to be able to shoot.
Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, Kyle Lowry.
Jimmy
Oladipo's
Butler.
back. Victor
Yo,
Oladipo's
RJ.
back, man.
So that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I don't care about.
He's been out
Oladipo.
for a while. Like, okay.
He performed well though when he came back. So not.
Victor Oladipo at his peak is like a
Yeah, I
top 20
forgot they got
NBA player.
Oladipo now.
Yeah,
They got
just-
Lowry too, huh?
They're number one in the
shout out
conference
Anthony
for a
Donahue.
reason.
Shout out Anthony Donahue for giving me that signed rookie Victor Oladipo ball that I can't find. But
Oh.
thank you.
Dude, you're
Random.
also, how did you lose a signed basketball?
He was playing with it. That's why.
Back to the Heat. Back to the Heat.
Back to you.
Back to
Finn's
the
like,
Heat.
stop making me regret things.
Right.
Oh.
Victor Oladipo, Kyle Lowry, Hero Sandwich, Duncan Robinson. He's not playing well though, right? Duncan
Robinson hasn't been good, but
Yeah.
Tyler Hero basically
Well,
a 6 man
Bam
of the
is
year
good.
wrapped in the bag.
Butler. Yeah, that's gonna be a good.
You know,
game.
Tyler Hero's like their go-to guy now over Butler in like late game situations. Like
Really?
Hero's been a monster.
Yeah, cool. Okay, I look
Uh,
forward to it, but I still think we get the win. I don't know. I'm
You have us
completely
at like
delusional.
6-1 right now.
Yeah, completely delusional. Come on.
That's fair. I'm just gonna end. I'm gonna end in March. So we are
Yeah,
at
yeah.
Detroit. That's a win.
Okay.
Barring anything, we're versus Chicago, which I want to win. Honestly, I think we're due to beat the Bulls once this year,
Yeah, I think so too.
and then we're against Charlotte again. We play Charlotte twice in the next 10 games.
Yeah,
That
see,
is huge.
That's gonna be big. I want to see how they adjust.
Realistically, I think we go 1-1 against the Hornets, but if we go 2-0, that's
Yeah.
so big.
we will likely, if I'm being realistic, we're probably going 1-1. But the interesting thing will be how they beat us the first time and how we come back and beat them the second time. So
Because we are at Charlotte first and then
yeah,
home
so,
second.
And I've been seeing.
Burt, I just want to point out that you said they lose to Charlotte once and they lose to the Jazz, so you have them going 1-2.
That was only.
Nine, 10, nine.
That was.
You have them
that was-
going 9-2.
Honestly, I want them going 10-1, but you forced me. You forced my hand to be realistic at least once. So.
Okay,
yeah, I
just-
guess that's still pretty good though, huh? 9-2 is still like a very good
Okay, so you
record.
got them going 9-2. I have them going.
What is yours? What yours is going to be realistic?
I have them going 6-5.
Yeah, if you're gonna bet, you go with Joe, obviously. But if you want to have completely blind patriotism to the cause, you go with me. 9-2, easily.
I'm a New
Easily.
Yorker, man. I refuse to say patriotism. It's called homerism. I don't try to associate with the New England Patriots at all.
Yeah. Oh. Football. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, full circle.
Redacted.
This is a rectangle. This is a circle. That's a triangle. Touchdown. John Madden.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. That is R.I.P. Bless you. You're
All right,
welcome.
take me out of here. People are sneezing.
All right, GTFO, man. Don't catch COVID again for a third time. That ain't good.
Yeah, Vin, stay blessed. All right.
Yeah. Bless
Feel
you.
better.
Bless-
We
I
love
got a
you.
question for you, fellas. Let's say we make the play,
All right.
and I'm going Burt first, Joe.
Okay. Thank you.
Please, God.
He's like, I need positivity.
Here we go. This is what I'm here for.
we make the play-ins. No question
Yeah.
about it. We make
No
it.
question.
Ideally, who do we play? Who do you want to play?
Oh, like to win?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It
The
doesn't
thing is,
matter.
can I just point out? I know that you're like, what? Let Burt go first. If we make the plan, we're going to be the 9th or 10th seed, so we have to play two
Yeah.
teams.
That's fine.
Well,
though. It
I'm
doesn't
talking about
matter.
the first
That's
one.
two
right now,
games, isn't
Joe.
it?
Don't get ahead of yourself.
It's not even a 4-game series. It's 2 games. You play
It's one
team-
game. No, it's just one and done. Yeah, it's one and done.
Yeah.
So who
play
do you
the-
want?
the-
Who would you ideally want to see to know you're getting out?
Who do you want to play in that 9-10 game?
Oh, Charlotte or probably
Charlotte, Atlanta, Washington, the Nets, or I think the Raptors are too far ahead. So the
Charlotte.
Nets, yeah, Charlotte.
Yeah, easily Charlotte. Not that I don't trust them. They're younger, so I trust them to make more mistakes than I would trust, any of those other teams. Like Trae Young is super clutch. We've seen that, right? So I'm like, I don't really want to give him the chance to knock us out with that ice tray, right? I want to see LaMelo Ball. Maybe you want to see him fail. Whatever. But we can go through it, and I think as matchups go, that would be our best bet. Charlotte, and then what? You said we have to go through two teams, Joe?
So then the 7-8, as currently constructed, would be the loser of Toronto versus Brooklyn.
Oh God. So it would
I think if they still don't let Kyrie play in Brooklyn or Toronto, because Toronto's another place that can't play.
Yeah.
If without Kyrie, I think Toronto definitely wins.
Wow.
With Kyrie though,
Wow.
dude, because the thing is, like, Toronto and Nick Nurse, like, they're the type of team that doubles KD the whole time. Like, Siakam's coming at him.
True.
Anunoby's coming at him. They have their guards trying to cover him. Van Vliet's swiping all the time. Like,
yeah, you're right.
They're not the type of
right.
team that's going to let him go for 50. It's like, dude, we're going to triple team you, and then someone else has to do something. So if Kyrie's not there, I think the Nets would be screwed in that scenario.
They got Patty Mills. Who else they got now? They traded Harden. They got Ben Simmons, maybe.
Who knows? Is Ben Simmons a real person anymore?
Oh wait, you said we have to play the winner or the loser? Of that?
We would play the loser. So the loser of the 7-8 plays the winner of the 9-10.
Imagine if we went through Atlanta, then the Nets. That'd be crazy. If we beat Atlanta, then the Nets, we would be flying high, bro. It would be crazy. But more than likely, if I want to get a win, obviously you want to go.
I want to play Toronto.
I got a question
Charlotte,
actually
Toronto,
that I don't even know the answer to myself. If we win that first playing round, do we get home court advantage against the loser?
No,
yeah,
it's solely based on seeding. So like the loser of the 7-8 is still higher than the winner of the 9-10.
Yeah, crazy.
The Knicks are realistically reaching to get to the 10th seed, and then there's going to be a way for the first game, and then if they win, they're
you know what? That's actually good for us because we play way better away. So I don't mind that one bit.
I mean, Julius Randle hates our fans now.
How about you, Joe?
Would you drive to Charlotte? I would drive to Charlotte. Why not?
How about you, Joe? What's your ideal situation there?
Dude, the one time we watched the Hornets play us so far this year, they waxed us. It was Martin Luther King Day. They destroyed us because we can't stop an offense that moved that fast. Against the Hawks, we've been better. We've been better, like, kind of trying to contain them. I know we lost them in the playoffs last year, but like the Hawks as a whole, especially like Collins has been out, like Hunter's constantly hurt. Like, I just think we match up better with Atlanta, assuming they're missing players. I'd rather Atlanta versus Charlotte.
And then going into the second one, Toronto or
Toronto for sure. I would definitely rather Toronto.
What's your reasoning behind that?
I've literally watched Julius Randle eat Pascal Siakam alive. There are two players that I can, like, as a Knicks fan, it's like if Julius Randle sees Domantas Sabonis or Pascal Siakam, he's getting 35 plus that night. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And do you know why? I don't know why.
And 6 assists. You want to know why?
6
you
assists.
Don't like him. You want to Sabonis.
The Sabonis thing I know though. There's like a all-star like Sills competition beef thing. Why does he not?
No. Next time you watch Sabonis play Randle, when Randle tries to play like a bully and post him anywhere below the foul line, Sabonis will go and elbow him in the ribs when he catches passes and when he tries to get position. Sabonis, and this is like a technique that most centers know how to do. Because when a big guy is bullying you, it's like,
Sabonis literally got that from his dad.
Yeah, I mean, it's a completely valid way to play basketball. I'm not saying this guy is a dirty player or anything like that. This is a very valid technique. It's only a foul if they call it, right? So he'll pop him in the ribs, and you can only do that once or twice before someone starts hating you, right? So I think it's mostly that, to be honest. It's how they pair up on the defense. And I thought it was interesting when he was playing on the Kings, he was not playing Randle because he was supposed to be the center. So he was actually matching up with Mitch, which I thought was odd. But I think that's
the Kings try to go small. So one thing also that actually reminds me of another tangent, because the last time we actually watched the Randle and Obi 4-5 thing was against the Sixers, which for all of the times I want us to go small, if I was to name like 3 or 4 centers to not go against, it'd be like Jokic, Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns, and like Bam. It's like if I'm going against one of those 4 guys, like I'm not going small for any reason.
Right.
And they were like, oh, it's one of the 4 guys. Let's go small because we're in foul trouble. Like,
bizarre.
Like, wait, did you think the best or second best 7-footer in the league would like stare at this 6'9" guy who's not the best at defense and be like, oh, I'm not getting 40?
I think when you go super small against that big guy like Joel, you're trying to just run him off the court. Just by your pace, you're trying to.
Those guys I just said though, they don't get ran off because it doesn't matter. Because you can play slow. If they're on offense, you can play slow. They could be the last person up. You can wait till it's 16 seconds in the shot clock. You literally just let them like set the first screen when they're running behind the play. They immediately get into the post on a mismatch, and there's still 12 seconds left. And it's like, but we ran so fast the other way. Yeah, but you both get 24 seconds. So What did that really do for you?
Well, you play pressure defense, full court defense. You make them make passes, and you hope Maxey doesn't burn you, right? And then he burns.
Which he
you
has
anyway.
been. He's been improved
then he burns
drastically
you anyway.
this year. Yeah, and now they have Harden. So I mean, that is the end
Oh
of that.
gosh. All right. Don't even get me down this rabbit hole.
Yeah. All right. So guys, I think that the Knicks are. I think we're gonna make it. Honestly, I think we're gonna
all right.
I feel
Joe.
it.
Yeah.
I feel it. Not because I think we're gonna be phenomenal. I think because Atlanta and Charlotte are both gonna collapse.
All right. Solid take from Joe over there, because I'm completely delusional and positive. I still think they're gonna make it. So
You're almost oblivious.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Also, our schedule gets way easier after the Jazz game.
Yeah. I've seen the whole schedules. That's why I'm not really that worried about it. It's like these other teams, this is late in the season for them too. They're also thinking about, do I tank? Do I, all these conversations that we have about our team, every other team is having the same conversation. Like you can't get away from it. So, just be positive about your team. Why not? It costs nothing. It costs nothing to root.
So boys, going
watch
into
the Sixers beat the Nets tonight, and then we can keep getting positivity from there.
Oh yeah, they're playing tonight.
Yeah.
So boys, going into the play-ins that we're destined to make, clearly, right?
Right. Thank you.
All right, you jinxed it. I'm gonna knock on wood. I think
there we go.
Cam Reddish out, remainder of the year. Breaking news. Derrick Rose out, remainder of the year.
Remainder of the wait, that's confirmed remainder of the year?
Is it 4 to 6 weeks? I mean, there's only 3 weeks left.
Yeah.
Or 4 weeks left.
Gonna sit. Okay.
It's either we would have to make the first round for Reddish to get back from the looks of what their initial
not even Reddish. I'm
was.
talking about Rose though.
I'm pretty sure
I thought
Rose
they said Rose was out after the second surgery last week.
He's done.
2 weeks ago.
I thought he was still gonna come back. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay, so now a playoff situation with obviously Cam Reddish isn't as important as a Derrick Rose is to getting into the playoffs past this play-in situation.
Sure.
But our rotation looks a little bit different. Right. I want to go
Grimes
into
is
that.
gonna be back. What they say, 10 days.
Grimes is back soon. Obi should only have to miss a couple more games. We've been watching the Burks and Fournier.
Yeah, that's just what it's gonna be, huh?
Roller coaster that's mostly been a down roller coaster for our whole year. And I, as we all know, am an Evan Fournier stan.
Strap in.
But I also recognize that his defensive fallacies and his sometimes erratic shooting make it terrible for him to play more than 20 minutes in a game that he does not have it. So
his defense been better, bro. His defense been better.
It has been picking up, and I actually attribute a lot of that to Mitch. I think because Mitch has actually been Mitch has gotten better and better and healthier throughout the year. He's been covering a lot of the perimeter mistakes.
Good take.
To get there. But the four that have to play as much as humanly possible, almost no matter what, RJ Randle, Mitch, and I'm not going to say no matter what, but the better of IQ or Grimes, whoever has it that day, needs to play the most.
They both got to play a lot.
If they both have it, then that's the 5 right there. IQ, RJ, Grimes, Randle, Mitch, right?
Yeah, of course.
So, and then from there, it's like you get Burks like 15, 20 minutes. If he has it, maybe more, 48, 20 minutes, give or take from there.
Easily.
Randle, I mean, it's no matter what, Obi and Randle are just going to be interchangeable for like the 10 minutes that he doesn't play. It's going to be Obi. Unless they go small because Mitch gets in the foul trouble. It'd be crazy.
God forbid. Don't say that.
And I think we've seen enough to like, even at this point, that if they were to really make a postseason push, Taj gets the minutes over Sims. And I think that's basically what we got.
Yeah. If we get to the postseason, Taj is definitely taking Sims minutes if he's capable. I don't know if he's even.
And I still think McBride should get 12 to 15 a game. You could squeeze it in. He's great on defense. He has 6 fouls. Let him be overly tenacious and whatever if he scores.
Yeah.
All right. Now getting into the play-ins, we see a lot of Jericho Sims lately. Do you think that is over if we get into the play-ins? It's Taj Gibson and Mitchell Robinson.
I think we're gonna have to play. We're gonna have to.
I think he gets 12 minutes no matter what.
Yeah, definitely, without a doubt, because you need somebody to take those minutes. It's just you can't play Taj 35 minutes a game. It's not gonna work.
And Mitch, still, for as great as he is on defense, like if there is someone that's a really skilled offensive big man, he does still get into foul trouble.
You know what we need? We need Taj Gibson to pull a Kurt Thomas for us.
Ooh,
where he gives us everything he's got left in the tank for this playoff run.
Get out of here. what does that get us at the end of the day? What does that get him?
I
at
mean,
the end
that
of the
gives
year?
him. You could retire trying your
Have you
best.
seen Kurt Thomas's knees?
No,
I think
Right.
Taj Gibson
I
has
mean,
a job on his coaching staff whenever he retires.
I got
Honestly,
Burt. Have you seen his knees?
Yeah, they're messed up.
Where'd you find those pics?
KurtThomas.net.
I think Taj, honestly, if he wants, has a job on many coaching staffs when his career is over. If he really
If he
wanted
wants
to.
Now,
to.
you guys said that Taj Gibson cannot do that for us. What makes you think that Tom
Cannot.
Thibodeau won't run that engine dry as he's known to do?
Before we actually get off and to work off of that question, Vin, if you don't mind if I alter it a little bit,
Yeah, go
is
ahead.
Tom Thibodeau our coach next year?
Yes.
Yes.
Are we? If they go 3-13 the last 16 games, are we sure of that?
No.
I say
Okay.
yeah. I say yeah. I say they give him one more year. Because you
I
know
don't
what?
know, man. They're
Like,
already starting.
We
They're already starting. Then
we posted this on our social
Yeah.
media
Yeah.
where it's not a failed season if you make the playoffs or your young guys get substantially better. I would not consider this a failed season under Tom Thibodeau. RJ Barrett is becoming the man we thought he was supposed to be. This is not a failed year. And you have to attribute that to Tom Thibodeau. I'm sorry.
I think I attribute
Yeah,
most of that to RJ Barrett's work ethic and skill.
Also, yeah, but of course, yes, I'm not discrediting RJ Barrett at all. He works very hard to be as skilled as he is.
I'm
But-
just only asking because the whole World Wide West thing is another public turmoil thing of like,
Right.
hey, I disagreed with what the coach who I'm on the front office staff with is doing, and I am a man of say.
And as we all know, as Knicks fans and Knicks media, a lot of things can get skewed on the way. I do not take that at face value.
So how would
don't
you take it?
either.
What do you think is the
But-
underlying message?
I'm sure that there's disagreements in the front office, right? As any business should have. You need, unless it's going really well, you go, okay, let's just keep everything as is. You got guys trying to figure out what they should do, what they could do. Of course, there's going to be disagreements. Do I think it's to the point where they're looking to get rid of Tom Thibodeau? Absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But you got to put a little weight in it because nothing really leaks out, right? Well, you haven't heard pretty much anything about the front office, and now this is the one thing we are hearing, which makes it kind of suspicious. Like, well, if this is the one thing we are hearing, maybe it's kind of got a lot of weight to it.
I mean, the best thing I heard recently was that the rookies sang Leon Rose happy birthday. So that's nice.
So I agree with you though, Vin. I mean, I don't think it was a failed season at all because just the culture, just the work ethic these guys have. We're clearly drafting for character and we're building it into a team. That's what it feels like, at least.
And you know what? I'm going to attribute a lot of this to just the mentality of the Knicks fan, right? We last year,
Yeah.
4th seed. This year, we expected better or the same. And we didn't do that. So we start coming up with our own narratives.
That's it, huh? Everybody starts talking and, oh, who's to blame? Who's to blame? And of course, I mean, the FO is just like the coach, just like the players. No one wants to be blamed, right? Like everybody's got to point a finger. There's very few people, I think, who are comfortable to say, yeah, it's my fault. I messed up. So the FO, says, oh, it's the coach. And the coach says, oh, these are the players I got from the FO. And then the players are like, well, we're just here trying to play basketball. So it just goes in a circle. And I think trying to expect to blame somebody or whatever, it's like some teams are just better, bro. Like Steph Curry, he shoots like mid-court threes for fun. Like it's just some people are just better. They're not on your team. They're just better. It's nobody's fault.
And you have
Just
to think
relax.
the things that we would consider the failed season, right? Like an Evan Fournier being streakier than we would like him to
Oh.
be. The front office had a hand
Alec
in that
Burks
decision.
playing point guard.
Yeah, a
has-
front
I
office
don't think
had
it's
a
the
hand
front
in that
office.
decision. The front office had the hand in the decision.
That
of
one
who comes to the
specifically, though,
team.
I don't think they do. Alec Burks playing point as much as
Okay.
he did, and then
I'm not
that-
talking
I
about
think
Alex
that's mostly
Burks.
on tips.
That's a
I'm
coach
talking about-
decision, Joe.
I'm talking about who we released in the offseason, who we decided to pick up. That was
I mean,
50-50
on-
with the coaching staff and the front office.
Yeah, of course.
So-
I mean, they make the decisions and they hand the contracts out. So when you look at Evan Fournier's contract, if people are upset with that, then you got to blame the FO. And unless it's like Joe says, and Burks being played at point guard is playing him out of position. So how can you expect him to succeed in a role that he's not meant to play? I'm not saying that's what they're doing with Fournier. It's just an example to say, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of moving parts. And I don't think it's fair to really put a ton of blame on anybody. Just enjoy
I
the
had-
basketball you got.
I actually have a take on why Alex Burks is starting. I don't think Tom Thibodeau trusts his young point guards yet.
Yeah,
That's
he
not a
doesn't.
take. I feel like that's pretty.
It's
That's just
it's
how it
not.
is. That's just the way it is.
So he's going to
Yeah.
go with the veteran who knows his
Yeah.
offense better, who knows what he wants to do,
Yeah.
who he can
Well, not
rely
even
on.
just that. You can trust Burks to dribble the ball, even though he dribbles with his head down. You can trust him to hold on to the basketball. He doesn't turn the ball over very often.
And
might-
Alex
I think
Burks
he-
plays decent defense. He's probably
Yeah, he plays
at
decent
the
defense.
point
That's
guard.
why he's on the court.
Let's call him our point guard, right? Right now he's a
Yeah,
PG.
okay.
Whether we like to say that or not, he's a point guard right
Sure.
now. On paper, he's a
Sure.
point guard. He's
Yeah.
our best defensive point guard, healthy on the roster, hands down.
He's our tallest. I don't think he's our best.
You want me to actually like do
He's not-
contrarian a little bit for both of you guys?
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
no, he's not the best though.
I think RJ Barrett is our best point guard defender and could be our best point guard on the team currently.
So I hear you,
Only-
and I do
Only
not think
slower.
we give him the keys for that yet.
Nah.
I
don't think
but
so.
like he's gonna be our best player. If you think he's still behind Randall or whatever, he is
No, he's going to
definitely
be.
within
Yeah,
the next year the best player on our team. And if
Definitely.
we've seen nothing from the NBA over the past 10 years, positionless basketball is a metaphor because you still usually play 1 through 5 at least on defense, but you want the ball in your best player's hands as much as possible.
I
The
wouldn't be
Nuggets run
surprised
the ball
if
through
we,
Nikola Jokic.
Yeah.
The Sixers, before they got Harden, ran as much of their offense through Joel Embiid. The Bucks use Giannis as much as possible. LeBron James has been the point guard for the past like 12 years of his career, and
Fair.
none of those dudes are PGs.
I
So
think
it's like-
we will. What you're saying, I think will come to fruition next season. I think we'll see a lot more of that next year.
But that doesn't necessarily mean RJ is going to go defensively against other teams' point guards.
I mean, he should
Right.
still just cover whoever has the ball the most because he's our best perimeter defender.
Yeah, that's fair. But you're saying he has the capabilities. So we saw him against Luka. He obviously could do that fairly
Yeah.
well. But
Luka
but
Doncic,
Trey-
another dude 10 years ago, not a point guard. He's 6'8". He plays point
Yeah.
guard.
Yeah, and now but I don't think he can keep up with Trey Young.
No one on our team can. Alec Burks can't either.
So I guess. So you're saying just put RJ. He has the best chance.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's a pretty good take. Yeah, I'll
So
take that.
okay, so going back on what I said, maybe I think that Manuel quickly might play a little better defense
Than who?
than Burks, but his decision making on offense is too unreliable to let this guy start.
I
Getting
actually think
better, though.
Quickly's overall decision making on both sides of the court is too unreliable because while he also at his peak seems like he plays better defense than Burks, he also gets fucking hand check fouls all the time.
Yeah, he does, huh? Yeah. Yep.
Well,
What
I
can
think you
do?
also got to attribute that to his speed. The guy is just moving and
Yeah.
throwing it out there. Like,
Sloppy, huh? A little out of control at times, but he's getting there. Honestly, he's got a good upside. But right now, I don't know. I think probably Joe is right. RJ is probably a bit better than Burks, and they're around the same height, right? The biggest thing with IQ or McBride.
RJ is like 3 inches on him. I think
Yeah.
RJ's 6'7", 6'8", Burks is like 6'5".
Oh,
I know
yeah,
I know
see?
we hate talking about like fantasy rotations for this team, but let's say
Yeah.
he is running the point guard position.
Who?
RJ on offense.
Oh,
Do
okay.
you leave Burke in as the point guard defender? I'm saying
No.
if we did it this year.
Huh.
I actually would say that the rotation I would want if we were to do this would be RJ Quickly, and RJ would still be the one. Quickly still plays off ball. He's better combo guard at this point anyway. RJ
Okay.
Quickly, Grimes, Randall, Mitch.
Mitch, yeah.
And then Grimes and Fournier and Burks all are like the 3 for the 2-2-3 spots kind of thing.
We're talking about
Yeah.
next season now because obviously they're not engaging in that unless we do lose how many games Joe said and we get
Every single dude I said outside of Mitch is still on the team next year. 100% based on
They
contract.
would-
So
why wouldn't they play that lineup? They totally would. That's
You're
very
saying
normal.
a starting lineup with Quickly in it and RJ running the ball this
Yeah.
season? I don't think it happens.
Yeah, we've already seen them start.
we already kind of do that here
they-
and there, just not
They
enough.
started the third quarter the other night with that exact lineup.
Oh, okay.
So-
I was talking like starting official. This is our guys. This is our first unit. I just don't see
Yeah,
that happening
but-
this year.
Oh, I think it can. The fact that
I
he's
mean, we
playing-
watched. No,
Go
go ahead.
ahead. No, go ahead, Joe.
I was gonna say we watched Thibodeau literally play Elfrid Payton at the starting point guard until the playoffs last year. He's gonna start Burks and Fournier no matter what.
No matter what. We'll
you did.
see.
You did bring up Mitch. I do want to touch on that. Mitchell Robinson. Burt, you first because I know what you're going to say, and I
What are
need
you
this.
talking about?
Is he staying with us, Burt?
Oh, the extension. Yeah. I want to extend him. I don't see why we wouldn't extend him. Doesn't make any sense.
I also
Right.
want to extend him. I just think the center position is like the running back position or safety position in football. Like they're a dime a dozen. You don't.
Mm.
They already by overpaying Noel, they kind of force their hand to make this way harder.
True facts. True facts. I still want to extend them. I think they will, but who knows? I think he would have to take a pay cut, whatever that means, you know. But
He's projected to get to at least 12 up to 15 mil in the open market in the offseason. And I don't see how we can give Noel 10 mil a year and then Mitch 15 mil a year for a position that you can literally only play one guy at a time. And they are not capable of playing together in today's NBA. To spend 25 mil on two guys at the center position, I think is a fool's way to spend your money salary cap wise.
Hey,
You're
Joe.
giving me flashbacks to Antonio McDice.
Joey, I don't know if you remember, but last season you and I spoke and we both said to put together a list of guys we think will be on the team next year and guys we don't. And I'm actually thumbing through my notepad. Oh, I found it. Guys we think will be on the team. All right. This was my list of the guys from last season who I said I thought would be on the team.
Let's go. Let's hear it.
Randle, Barrett, Quickly, Toppin, Rose, Noel, Mitch. And I was dead on the money. And now I'm calling it now. Nerlens Noel will not be on this roster by the offseason. And Mitchell Robinson will get that money. Mitchell Robinson will get that money. And we will have Jericho Sims as our backup.
I would love that. That is, by the way, best case scenario in my opinion. I think if we could figure out any way to trade Noel, they have to get Walker off the team altogether too. Like if they
I thought they would have traded him at the deadline. I was kind of surprised that they didn't.
You say that, but that means other teams would have to want him for a specific price, and like who wanted Nerlens Noel's injured ass that's overpaid? No,
I think in the offseason they have more time to wheel and deal and actually talk. It's not, I think they move Noel and Mitchell gets his money. I think Mitchell stays. I think they do whatever it takes to keep this guy.
Good take, Vin. We'll have to bookmark this and remind me in 6 months.
I'm trying to find my list. I did find my top point guards list that I made because that one dude kept asking me. Yeah, I made this in July. You guys want to hear what the list was at this time?
No, I'm not interested in your top point guard list. You got Goran Dragic on it?
No.
Oh, good. Okay.
He would. I wouldn't put it past him.
I don't know. I just thought
4 years ago.
Obscure person that Joe might have latched onto.
For the listeners, Joe.
No, I did have De'Aaron Fox 7th, and that's way too high.
For the listeners, Joey has had an infatuation with Evan Fournier since he came into the league.
Since birth.
And he finally came to the Knicks. And I for the listeners,
doing
me and Joey,
exactly what I was expecting.
Me and Joey have been friends our whole life, and my whole life I've been saying Evan Fournier is not that good. And he's
pretty good, bro. He's a lot better basketball player than you. So
this is true.
All right.
My dude,
he's intercontinental too, bro. He plays it on 2 continents. Like, what have you done?
Yeah, he helped France get a silver medal. What have you done for your country?
I had a French baguette last week.
Yeah, I ate a French dip for lunch one day.
You know what I appreciate about Evan is he has zero handle. Like, he has no crossover skills at all. Like, he's only got the one basic crossover.
He doesn't get pickpocketed.
But he never loses the ball, right? Like, if anything, he can get to the rim with 0 moves. He literally can only beat you with a jab and of the first step. That's all he does, and it wins basketball games. So
if Evan Fournier was even a fucking C+ on defense, he would be a great NBA player. He is bad at defense, like BAD bad at defense.
He's not bad. He's just not that good.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure at CYOs he's busting everyone's ass.
Yeah,
great defender. There.
I want to because I know
in what did he average in Orlando, Joe? How many points did he average?
It was like 18 a game. He averaged like 18, 6 and 3, and they went 20 and 6.
Fantasy basketball player listeners,
phenomenal.
Joey and I have this thing where it's just common knowledge. There's going to be one great scorer on every shitty team.
Somebody team gets to 100 points.
Yeah, so somebody's going to score, and I think that Evan Fournier is just a product of not that good of players around him, so he had to do what he had to do.
You still got to put the ball.
It was like Boogie Cousins in Sacramento. Boogie Cousins is a much better version, but he was just a great stats guy on a really bad team because they had to give the ball to their best player.
So when you look at stats like that, you go, God, we want Evan Fournier. He scores 18 points a game, but then you put him with better talent. He's not doing that for you.
And he gets like
he does still get like 15 a game.
Yeah, he gets like I said 14, but bro, come on. Like, that's a solid role on a basketball team. I want to see What
I
you
want
think,
to
like, what you
I want to
expect out
defend
of
myself
Pennsylvania?
real quick because Vin, I know because Ange has also said this to me before. It's not that I think like I find guys that I've picked to be like one of my favorite non-Knicks players when they're in the league, and it has almost nothing to do with them being like a top 10 or top 20 player. I don't really look for that. Like the reason why I love Jokic so much is because he doesn't look like a dude that would be good at basketball. He looks chubby. He like looks out of shape. He's breathing really hard. Like doesn't look like he'd be that good. I loved Nate Robinson and Isaiah Thomas because they were both 5'9" and they were amazing to watch. And yeah, they can get beat by every single dude that can back them down and dribble the basketball. But because I'm short and they were short dudes in the NBA, they were my favorite players at the time. It's
That's
I
good.
don't
Put those 5'9" guys on other teams. I don't want to hear that shit.
Nate
What?
Robinson
Oh
not a
my
great guy to
gosh.
cheer
All
for on the
right.
Yeah, he
Knicks?
was good, but
No,
that's not
no,
an
no.
excuse to defend Evan
No.
Fournier. What is this?
No,
No.
so the reason why I love Evan Fournier is because he doesn't act or look like a guy that would be good at basketball. He's like a weirdly abrasive individual. He, like Burt said, has zero moves. He
What's
literally has
abrasive
one
about him?
crossover.
What's abrasive about him, though?
I do, dude. The way he like talks in post game interviews, he actually calls out people, which I appreciate.
But he's like French. He's like thinking of his words, like mad careful.
Well, it's because
Like-
English isn't his first language.
Yeah, so I don't think he's
Yeah, oui,
abrasive.
oui.
I just think he just, it's just a different culture. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't think he's abrasive.
Him saying that they've been running the offense and like they like hasn't worked out the way they think it should or he thinks it should or like guys don't actually like play the
He's-
best for each other. Like that's something
he
that
was
most
right.
guys refuse to say. I know
But
he
he
was right,
was-
but most guys aren't
Yeah.
willing to say that.
But he's like, that's why he's a baller, bro. Like, that's why, because even when he's missing 3-pointers, he's still gonna shoot a 3-pointer, bro. Like,
Yeah,
Jimmy
no one-
Butler, literally one of my favorite players because he's pissed off people on his team before for
Yeah.
being
Butler's a
not
fun-
as hard as him.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Evan Fournier has been a ball handler for teams before, taking it down to court, correct?
On Orlando
Yes,
for teams
at
that lost, yeah.
times.
Okay. Riddle me this.
Riddle me
Go see the new Batman. Why has Tom Thibodeau never considered switching Fournier and Burks?
because Fournier can't play defense.
Fournier is also like the fourth best ball handler when he's out there.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Alex Burks
easily.
is not a point guard. So we're gonna
Alec Burks is a better ball handler than Fournier, though.
He is yes, 100%.
If you're like, they're in spots that they're supposed like Burks is like Fournier is better at spot up shooting or like the one dribble shot than Burks is, and Burks is better at like creating for himself a little bit.
Fournier's a better passer too.
Fournier is a better passer, but also not off like his own dribble thing. It's like he's better at swinging the offense around.
Yeah.
Do you not think if
okay.
Thibodeau would have gave him the keys, he would have learned this position better? The same way you see Burks has obviously become a better point guard.
I think we saw that
I
earlier.
think he
this
could have done that
season.
with any. He could have chose any player on his team to do that outside of like Mitch or Taj. And like
We
that
we
would
kind of
happen.
already saw that like earlier in the season. Fournier would bring the ball up quite often and try to do like a 2-man game with Randle. The issue kind of was they kind of play in a similar way, Fournier and Randle, and their styles kind of clashed too much. They had a decent 2-man game, but it wasn't super consistent because they ended up stepping on each other's toes so much.
There's also a lack of defensive confusion when you're playing a 2-man game with a guy that's playing the 3 and a guy that's playing the 4. The guys that you'd be switching on each other are already like around
Doesn't-
the same size as well. They're not really
Exactly.
doing much.
Yeah,
It's
so
not like
that-
you're getting a 1 on the 4 or 5. Like the reason why you run 2-man game between point guard PF and point guard center is because the point is the mismatch is supposed to be a major mismatch, not like a even a 2 through 4 doesn't do too much from a
Not
mismatch
really.
standpoint.
Hell yeah. So yeah, but we already seen it and it wasn't successful. So why would you already saying yourself that like Joe is not delusional, but he's a big fan for Fournier and it kind of blinds him to. So why are you trying to push him into the starting as a point guard? Like we know he's not that, and he wasn't that, or he shouldn't have been that in Orlando. He
I'm
was
just
like-
playing devil's advocate here. I'm just trying to start some topics
Oh, no.
up for the
Also,
podcast.
like you say, I'm blinded by like my love for Fournier. It's not like he's not my favorite player, and also like I recognize he has defensive fallacies. Like he's
Why
not,
wouldn't he be your favorite player though? Why
Nikola
wouldn't
Jokic is my
he?
favorite player.
Oh, that's a pretty.
Actually, RJ Barrett is my favorite player, and then Nikola Jokic is my favorite non-Nick player.
I'm super excited for RJ, bro. Like just mentioning his name, this dude's layup package is nutso. Like He's getting a shot off the dribble. His free throws have been going in.
Yo, his
Like,
right-handed finishing has been so much better. He's
ah,
gotten better at
yes,
so many
yes.
different aspects of his game.
Love it.
So
Lovely
many
improvement.
different aspects.
Yo.
All right, I'm about to cut this. We've ran over an hour, I'm pretty sure. Does anyone want to say any last words?
Easily. No, I think we're all just excited for these Knicks team, man.
All right, you heard it here first. Burt said we're going 16-0 the last 16 games.
No, that's not what I said.
I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
I'm pretty sure it's what he said. And with that,
fine.
we have another edition of the BKE podcast in the books. Check out our sponsor, Empire Original Designs, and join the Empire.com, the East Coast #1 challenge coin manufacturer, home of challenge coins, lapels, pins, patches, keychains, bottle openers, and more. Mention our podcast, Big Nick Energy, via email for 5% off purchases. Once again, that's at jointheempire.com. I'm Joe Yoke. We're going to go 9-7 and miss. That's General Commander Burt. We're going to go 16-0 and make it. And that's Modelo Beckham, the man with no face. He's saying we're going 8-8, and he doesn't know how math works. Let's go, Knicks. Peace.
Go Knicks. Yes.